The conscious community is mentally ill, guys. I would say over 95 to 97% of the so-called spiritual community, it's wrought full of mentally ill people that are completely delusional on a level that no amount of words can even begin to describe, right? So once you've created a valid bridge to the second attention and you've entered into non-ordinary states of reality and obtained true gnosis, your biology undertakes a complete rewiring. Your senses start to work the way that they were intended to, and you become a human lie detector. You can see to the heart of the matter is what I'm essentially saying. Most people have no clue what this state of mind is like because they're stuck in the first attention with all the programming and the nonsense. They're also very malnourished. Guys, I'm going to say it until the sun goes down. And then once it comes back up and goes back down again, I'm going to repeat this ad nauseum. The one way that the New World Order gets into your body directly is through your participation. The foods are nonsense. You have a completely wrecked health or state of health. Most people's digestive systems all out of alignment, gut microbiome completely just whacked. People's are deficient in critical minerals like iodine, and low iodine is directly linked to a lack of intelligence, low IQ, lack of problem-solving abilities. People are wrecked. And most of the conscious community, they're stuck in that wreckage and they don't even see it. I see well-known conscious so-called content creators posting stuff all the time on Instagram, etc. And it's the most fucking upside down bullshit. And to read all the comments from these little drones in the comment section, it's insane, you guys. It's insane. So just because you're part of the so-called conscious community, that does not mean that you have an ounce of intelligence. Just because you think that you're on the winning team because you followed your favorite content creator. Guys, no amount of words can describe how rewritten we are. Most people will never truly understand this. Why are you getting upset, Serpent? Patience and kindness is the way. Be gentle. Guys, you don't understand what has happened to you. You don't. And I'm not pointing my fingers at anyone directly, so if you take offense to this message, that should say something to you. I'm speaking to the world at large. I'm speaking in generalities. I've spent over 15 years, day in and day out, working on elevating my consciousness, my body, etc., beyond the norm. Because there is a norm that's pushed on you, a template. When are you going to wake up and get it? When are you going to fucking drop the nonsense? So many of you are still plugged into the hive thinking. You're conformists that like value yourself through the interpretation of others, always trying to make other people happy, terrified of mom and dad, always trying to do things to make everybody happy, right? Your peers have an expectation of you. It's a mold, and we know that thoughts are things. Do you realize that the thoughts that people have about you influence you and hold you back? Even Don Juan hinted at this in the Carlos Castaneda novels when he said that you are pinned down, Carlos, by the thoughts of others, by the thoughts of your peers. That's why he always promoted being inaccessible, right? And also to get that mental clarity back through deleting the inner dialogue. Once you get rid of that inner dialogue, you guys, your mind becomes quiet and you can actually feel the thoughts of others penetrating through your energy field and affecting you. Again, most people will never realize how rewritten they are and how fucking deranged they are. It's a sickness, you guys. It's a sickness. A cultural sickness that was handed down to you that you integrated with. And no amount of you defending yourself and trying to get irritated with me for spreading the truth is going to affect me. So throw it at me. I don't give a fuck. Because I know the majority of the populace are woven into a completely rewritten mind, body complex, you name it. Right? The chattering mouths of monkeys, that does not bother me. My path is a solitary path. It's between myself and God, so technically it's not solitary, but I could care less what people think about me. I really don't give a damn. So, guys, I've been saying it for years. Why are you wasting your time? You better get on the path if you want to be on the path. You have a decision to make. Because as we move forward, you guys, the technologies, they're getting more advanced that are working against us. And if you knew the amount of nanotech embedded into your biology, like, you guys, you are the byproduct of sophisticated nanotechnology that has completely rewritten your nervous system. It's hijacked it. It's hijacked your everything. You're a walking robot. And again, I'm not saying this to judge people. I'm speaking to the world at large, speaking in generalities. This is insane what they've done. He's a fearmonger, bro. He's a fearmonger. No, you just want to ignore the truth so that you can live this weird fucking echo chamber fantasy where you lie to yourself and think that you're virtuous. Thou shalt not lie. This world is ran by sin. It operates on sin. You have the ability to know the truth. God gave you the strength in you, deep within you, to be able to shoulder the stress and the insanity of this fallen state world. You see, you're not supposed to be integrating with it. You're supposed to be rejecting it. This is a temporary experience. And the weight of your heart is largely dictated or predicated upon your ability to see through the illusions and not integrate with it. You think God likes souls that integrate with a demonic system? You find every excuse in the book as to why to love this shit. It's insane. You have to become more real than the world around you. And that takes action. And it starts largely with what you put into your fucking mouth. Like, the conscious community is just full of mentally ill people that don't do like any of the work, yet want to act like they've reached a state of Christhood. People saying that their Kundalini is awake online, bragging about it, yet they can't even move an object with their mind. Please. You can't perform miracles. You got no Kundalini moving through you. Kundalini is the complete electrical expression of God's love and will through your biology. It's a wiring system that connects us to God through Christ, Christ being the risen Kundalini. It's a circuit system through which God's love moves through us. It connects us to the pleroma, to the monad, while in third density, while in this underworld. That's why there's much truth in that scripture. I can't remember it off the top of my head. It says something to the effect of, "For I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear not, for my rod and scepter comforts me." What do you think that rod and scepter is? It's the caduceus. The caduceus is your spine. The rod and scepter is the spine with the energy moving through it properly. Kundalini moves through the spine, largely. It's like the motherboard where it sends electrical impulses through every part of your biology. When that Kundalini is awake, you guys, you can live in this fallen state, in a state of Christhood. Do you not see what I'm trying to say? That's when heaven, or that's when you bridge heaven on earth. Now you live in a hell state with Christ consciousness. It goes so much deeper than that. And I don't have time in this video, but guys, be very careful with who you listen to online. Because there's a lot of these big YouTube channels, not going to name any names, not in this video, but maybe we should. Maybe we should start exposing these frauds. These completely whacked out frauds. Talk about using the Lord's name in vain. These people do it constantly. I don't think most people realize what that actually means, to use the Lord's name in vain. It is insane. And what's even more disturbing than these content creators that are just scamming people, and I don't even think they realize they're scamming people. They believe their delusions. But to see the comment section, thousands of comments from these hylics, these walking zombies, regulated by nanotech, owned by an AI god, without even knowing it. This shit is insane. But it's the insanity and the madness of this world that motivates me even more to go inward and to work on myself. You see, I operate from the standpoint of rejecting the world, right? Because anyone with a sane set of eyes in their head, in their fucking skull, connected to their brain, is going to realize that this is a completely fucking broken world. And it's not that there isn't beauty out there, because there is, you guys. But a lot of the beauty that you get to experience, it's because you're pampered within the matrix. All this talk of nature's so beautiful, bro, oh, Mother Earth. You think Earth is so precious and so great because you live within the safety mechanisms of the matrix. Let me grab you and throw you in the Amazon forest in the middle of nowhere with nothing but a pair of pants on, and you tell me how long you think Mother Nature's so benevolent. Oh, Gaia, please. The jungle will start eating you and digesting you, slowly or quickly, as the sun starts to fade and the darkness ensues, and you hear the sounds of all the insects and strange slithering movements and growling off in the distance. Yeah, nature's so great. The Gnostics knew that the material realm was not a heaven state, right? It's out of alignment. It's broken. It can be sanctified, just like the human being can. The earth can be in a Christed state. It once was. But they fractured that, guys. And if you can't see that, I feel sorry for you, because if you can't, it shows where you're currently at. And I'm not one of these people that is all about, accept everybody for where they're at. No, I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. Like, I just don't. That is not how I interpret reality. It's not. I have Luciferian heat moving through me. And those of you who want to say that Lucifer's evil, clearly you aren't familiar with Gnosticism and you don't understand what it all symbolizes. But I have that heat moving through me. Once you get that heat inside of you, you guys, you become like an opposing magnet to the world. When magnets oppose, they don't connect. They repel. It's insane. It's like if there were two bodies of water. One of them was full of plutonium and radioactive garbage and all this nonsense. And then next to it, there was a pristine body of water. Totally healthy. And you get thrown into the muddy water, the fucking polluted water, and you're sitting in there telling yourself, this is so great. Oh, love and light. Oh, yeah, positive thinking. Meanwhile, you could just realize that you're in a fucking very toxic environment and get out and go into the clean water. Sometimes people need to hear things broken down simply like that in order for them to get it. But they've really done a number on people, right? Telling you that the key of life it's all about manifestation, right? Manifest your dreams in hell. It's not about that, you guys. It's about the first thing that you should be manifesting is actual lucidity in this broken world where lucidity is not common at all. We're talking about tiny numbers, percentage-wise, in terms of the population. People that can truly see, and I'm not talking about kind of being able to see it. I'm talking about being able to see it with all of your senses. When I say see, I'm not just talking about through the eyes. It's much deeper. This is a hyper-complicated realm, guys. You have an organic robot that your spirit is woven into. It's called a human body. This is the most miraculous machine. You have the breath of Sophia in you. And that breath can fuel the spark. The spark, guys. The ignition of Christ's consciousness. But people they will not get it. This is an energy farm, you guys. That's what it is. When Neo finally woke up in the pods and he unplugged all the connections to his meridian points and he takes a look around and is shocked, right? Was he like, oh, this is so great? No, he was shocked because he could finally see. If you knew that reality was even more complicated than him being plugged in, that scene is nothing like what's going on here. What's actually going on is 10 million-fold more intense than that scene in The Matrix when he finally sees what's going on. But people cannot see it. Many people, they feel it, but there's a difference between feeling something and truly seeing it, you guys. That movie is describing things that are happening here in the material realm. But the things that are actually happening in the material realm are 10 million-fold more intense than the scenes in that movie. But you have an easier time relating to the movie and understanding the symbolism of it than what's actually going on around you, because your senses are desensitized. You're numb. You don't feel anything anymore. And there's a reason why. Thousands, or in this case, let's just say hundreds of years of repetitious mind control that was handed down to you through your genetics, your parents' genetics, theirs, etc. They used trauma-based mind control to fracture your fertile, innocent mind. You have a split personality disorder. We all do. And if you truly engage in the healing arts properly, you will realize that, you guys, that parts of you are fractured. That's how they break someone, you guys. That's how they break you. They split you into pieces. It's called fragmentation. And if you think you're above that, I feel sorry for you, because you obviously have no humility. You see, part of true healing is being humble. Because in order to truly heal, you have to come into the truth, and the truth, the real truth that is under the veil of the illusions here, it will humble you, because you'll realize how broken this system made you. But that shouldn't make you feel weak and powerless. It should motivate you. Because once you come into the light of the truth, then you can make change. And after years of being conditioned by this system, once you finally wake up, you can make so much progress in one day that you can delete a lot of that nonsense that was pushed on you if you could just come into the light of the truth. But you cannot acknowledge the truth if you live in a fairy tale echo chamber of delusion that's engineered as a soft kill system to make you feel good in hell. This realm is hell, guys. Just because you have the ability to make a fucking car payment and you have freedom in the prison system, you can go to the store and buy French fries and all your crap, that doesn't mean you live in a heaven state or that life is just so great, right? The majority of the world is suffering, starving to death, plagues, right? What I meant to say, is that starvation is a plague. It's all engineered, you guys. World hunger is laughable when you understand sacred geometry and how nature actually works. Nature can provide enough to go around 10,000-fold. This whole overpopulation thing as well, it's a fucking joke. This is all fabricated by the crisis managers, right? But let me stay on point. Guys, you can shift like that. I talked about that in a recent video. Unfortunately, these videos that I do that are audio uploads, they don't get a lot of traction here on YouTube. Neither do many of my other videos where you can see my face, but it's like, I hope that you listen to this message. I hope that it can move you. My message isn't designed to make you feel weak and powerless by saying that you're broken. We all are, you guys. It's meant to uplift you. But you've got to be mature and strong to be able to handle the truth that, yeah, we've been fucking rewritten. We've been not only rewritten, but conditioned, fractured, genetically engineered. People have no clue just how extensive this goes, guys. The number one way, or one of the most direct ways that they destroy you, is through nutrition, guys. Or in this case, a lack thereof. It's called malnourishment, malnutrition. You've been nourished on nonsense. And a lot of this, you guys, to be completely honest, a lot of this started in utero, in mama's womb. I hate to say it, you guys, but the mother's degree of health has a lot to do with that baby and how it comes out, and its intellect level. And I'm not talking about intellect in regards to the system standards, right? IQ and all these other measurements, these metrics that they use to gauge intelligence. Intelligence, I've said this for years, the foundation of real intelligence is awareness. You could have a high IQ and have no awareness, right? I was recently reading this article from this big publisher, or this big news outlet, talking about how, I can't even say what I want to say because it's YouTube, but they were saying something that studies find that the most intelligent amongst us with high IQs, they're first in line for something that I can't mention. And if you can put the pieces together, you probably know what I'm talking about. Check out my X. I'm going to post a bunch of content about this fucking stupid article and the research that they found. The most intelligent amongst us are the first in line to get you know what. So you can have intelligence or awareness and not be truly intelligent, because we have a definition of what intelligence is. And that definition was handed to you by culture. You think Jesus Christ would be concerned about IQ levels and all this other nonsense? And I don't mean to sound hypocritical, because I say that low iodine, for instance, is directly implicated with low IQ. I'm just sharing the research with you guys. That's a fact, that low iodine is directly implicated with low IQ. That doesn't mean that I think IQ is some great thing. Oh, you should get your IQ done. I'm just sharing the research with you guys, what's been found. But do you think Jesus Christ would be concerned about IQ levels and the system's standards? Christ was the antithesis, or is the antithesis, of this culture. The complete opposite. But you don't know what Christ actually is, because you think it's a deified figure up there waiting for you. You don't realize that it's in you. Was it not Christ that said that ye shall perform miracles greater than I? That means that you, like Christ, can become Christed. Christ is Kundalini, you guys. And to be Christed is to be anointed by the holy oil of Kundalini. To have Soma released from Brahma's cave, the nectar of Kali, the condensed nectar of Aset, moving through your system. You see, the ancients knew that the body had the ability to reach heightened states of awareness through this energy that the Egyptians referred to as Uraeus, right? The Egyptians referred to Kundalini as Uraeus. Many different cultures throughout antiquity referred to the same energy as different things. I call it Kundalini just because that's the most widely accepted name for it. Christ consciousness. Heru beheaded. There's many different names for this. It's an electrical pathway largely. It's not just that, but like the problem with the term Kundalini is there's so much stigma attached to it because of all the yuppie, hippie, wannabe fry heads that are out here banging or using that name without ever even coming close to it. They've never come close to the second attention. In fact, most of these people that are teaching Kundalini yoga, etc., they're stuck in the first attention. Oh, we're going to have a Kundalini yoga group, and it's going to be a social hour. I've been to some of these yoga classes, you guys. There is not an ounce of serpent fire in any of these groups. I do see, however, a ton of delusion. A lot of mental illness. Kundalini is so much more intense than these people realize. It's enough to drive a grown man insane in like a 100,000th of a second. It's that strong. It's that strong. And that's what we're designed to have moving through our systems. It's so strong, you guys, that it can fracture an entire nation of people if they were to experience it without being ready for it. This is raw God power. But we are so immature and so broken and so spiritually brain dead that when that God power surges through our systems, it completely fries the average individual. Because the magnitude of Kundalini and the experiences that it bestows onto an individual that experiences it, it is very difficult to integrate into the first attention. People that aren't ready for Kundalini, and most people aren't, I know I wasn't, when that moves through your system, you guys, it is not going to make your life easier. It's going to make it way more difficult. Well, then why would you promote it, Serpent? Because It's tough love, you guys, and it's what we're designed to experience. You see, you've been conditioned. Your body's been broken. Your electrical pathways have been completely re-engineered. You're full of nanotech. When that Kundalini moves through your system, it opens you up into all the various dimensions. You've lived in the third dimension your whole life. And in the third dimension, you've lived in a conditioned, Rockefeller-funded mind control operation. You have a complete degree, lack of spiritual maturity. Your mind doesn't work on all the levels that it's meant to. So when Kundalini moves through you and it forces your mind, your spirit, your aura, etc., to turn on, and you experience all these hyper-complex dimensions, your third dimensional mind and its way of thinking cannot handle it, so it fractures every part of you. This is what causes Kundalini psychosis. Kundalini's not evil. The conditioning that made you unable to handle it is what's evil. And they did this intentionally. If you knew what Kundalini did to you, it turns you into God. You and God become one. People cannot handle that. But I know you've been given a definition of what God is. Oh, God's just mercifully, it's just all love and this, that, and the other. Again, you interpret everything through your definitions. Why would something that can break someone be a good thing? Blah, blah, blah. I just got through telling you that you've been completely rewritten. You cannot handle the degree of spiritual maturity that Kundalini forces you to engage with. It fractures the mind. Again, you grew up as a bean sprout here in hell. You've never encountered these wavelengths of consciousness, of reality. And when you suddenly and simultaneously experience them all at once, it can traumatize you, the likes of which I cannot even begin to describe. It is so much more complicated than people are giving it credit for, because most people that are talking about this subject have never come close to experiencing it once. And they've created a delusional system where they lie to themselves and think that, oh, I felt some heat in my back once, or my head's tingling, therefore I have Kundalini. Guys, you cannot mistake a Kundalini awakening. You cannot. Kundalini is not just your head tingling. What the hell is wrong with people? This opens you up to the third and second attention. Oh my God. I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. Peace be with you.